Hot97.com. Laura Stylez with Tiara Thomas. What's going on, mama?
How's it going? How are you?
Good. We get to have a little girl time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So what's been going on with you?
Well, I've been in New York this week doing a bunch of press. So I did the BET Music Matters showcase at SOBs, and that was really cool. It was my first time performing there.
Nice.
And I'm doing the Hot 97.
You're doing Harlem Day with us.
Hot 97 is I'm doing it September though.
No, isn't it September? No, I thought it was. No, it's this Sunday.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm doing Harlem Day this weekend.
Yeah.
But isn't there something in September though for Hot 97?
Oh, you're doing Who's Next with us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Did you know
awesome.
that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, well, see,
so now you put
know.
everybody on to Who's Next.
Yeah. So yeah, but I am gonna be at Harlem Day performing.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Your Harlem Day, you're doing it with Bridget Kelly and a bunch of
Bridget
other cool
Kelly
artists.
and I saw a bunch of other artists on there too.
Yeah,
so
that's gonna be a really good time.
Yeah.
And what's exciting about Who's Next is like something else. You get your
That's
core audience comes and supports. Like it's amazing.
That's what I heard. It's gonna be fun.
Do you perform with a band?
When I did SOBs, I performed with the band. I did a couple acoustic songs and then I performed with the band.
Do you prefer to perform?
I switched it up. Yes. Oh yeah, of course.
I love it.
But I do like the acoustic settings, the intimate settings where there's people out there and everyone's listening. I like that, but then I like to rock out too with the band.
Yeah. I feel like when you perform with a band as a singer, it really puts you to the test.
Yep.
It's like your chance to really show off. Like
exactly.
What you could really do. No, I love that.
Yeah.
So okay, so what's going on with you musically? You working on your album?
Okay, so I'm working on my album right now. I just wrapped up my EP. It's called Dear Sally Mae. It's coming out this quarter. My next single is on that EP. It's called Tell Me Something.
Yeah. And
I've just been traveling a bunch and doing a bunch of press and working on my album. I'm having a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you about the Wale situation.
The Wale situation.
The Wale situation. Yeah. Okay, so the headlines were, first you had a banger with Wale, which I loved.
Thank you.
You sounded incredible on it.
Thank you.
Let's take a spin on it. All of a sudden, we see the headline says, Wale drops Tiara and gets Rihanna. So, we were talking about it behind the scenes, and I remember Rosenberg was telling me, like, yo, we thought that you were, like, super in with his camp. You were touring with them. You guys really, like, So, when the switch happened, everybody was like, wait, what's going on here?
So, what happened with that particular situation is I wrote Bad on my guitar. I did a Trillville cover.
Okay.
To that Some Cut song.
Right.
And I did an acoustic cover of it, and I was like, I gotta think of something catchy, like a catchy hook to sing along with this. So I just freestyled the hook for Bad. And my friend Kelson and I actually produced the song in his bedroom.
Okay.
And we put it on YouTube. And like 10 months later, Wale heard it. And he was like, oh yeah, I want to put my verses on it.
How did you get it to Wale?
It was on YouTube. I put it on YouTube. My manager at the time, I think he let him listen to the song. He's like, yo, Wale, this is your next single. And I think he listened to it and he was like, yeah. So he put verses on it.
Okay.
So the situation that happened, I was never signed to Wale.
Okay.
So, and he never offered me a record. I was never offered a record deal until after the Bad record was released. Now with Rico Love, I met Rico Love last summer before there was ever a Bad. Bad was it was just my
way
song.
Before the Wale situation.
Yeah, way before the Wale situation.
Okay. This makes sense
way
now.
before the Wale situation, and Bad was just my song then, and I played it for Rico. I remember playing it for him when I went to meet him in the studio, and he was like, "Yo, this is your first single. This song is dope as hell." And then I had been talking to him for the months after that. I think he offered me a record deal 2 weeks after that when I met him last summer.
Right after the song.
Yeah, right after I met him in the studio, he offered me a record deal. This was last summer. And then maybe like 6 months went by, and then that's when the Wale Bad came to be.
Gotcha. Now I see.
Yeah, that's when the Wale Bad came to be, and I was already talking to Rico and feeling comfortable in that situation. And like I said, I was never offered a record deal.
Right.
I knew him I knew Wale for 3 years, and I was never offered a record deal.
No, I see what you're saying.
So,
I mean, you're nurturing this relationship with Rico Love.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Wale falls in love with your song. drops bars on it, and then he is playing with the fact that maybe he could snatch you up too. So it was more like a loyalty thing. You would think you're like.
I don't think it was a loyalty situation. Let me say that I am very appreciative of the fact that Wale did use my record.
Okay.
Because obviously that's when everything popped off.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely grateful. So shout out to Wale. But with Rico, no, I just felt like that was the most comfortable situation for me to be in.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about, I've seen heard a lot of stuff about me being disloyal, and I don't think people really know the story. But
exactly. That's why it was so important for me to ask you.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of that. There was no, on my part, I feel that there was no disloyalty. Like I said, I was never offered a record deal, and I was never signed with Wale.
Yeah. You guys are still cool.
Yeah, we're still cool.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, good.
We're good.
So back to your music and your projects.
Back
and
to
what
Dear
you're doing.
Sally Mae.
Yes, Dear Sally Mae. So
Okay.
what else is going on the album? Is it just you?
Well, Dear Sally Mae is just me.
Okay.
For the album, I'm looking to work with a couple people.
Like?
Well, I would like to, I'm not saying for the album, but
Okay.
I'm saying I would like to work with J. Cole.
Oh, nice.
I think he's really
I can hear
dope.
that.
Yeah,
I
he's
can
cool.
hear
He's
that.
such a nice guy. Yeah, he's
that
a really nice
partnership
guy.
with you guys.
J. Cole, Kendrick is really dope.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got some producers in line to work
Did you
with.
hear Big Sean's song Control with Kendrick? What did you think of that?
Yeah. What did I think about it?
Yeah, his bars. His whole verse
Dope
on
bars. Dope bars. You know, you got to do, that's his thing. You got to do what you got to do, what you feel like you got to do. So
It's good for hip hop though, right?
Yeah.
He ruffled a couple feathers.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
into it.
yeah, so yeah, that's probably what the goal was.
Yeah,
so,
he just triggered emotion, which was good. All right. Well, we're super excited to have you for Harlem Day, which is going to be
I'm
awesome.
really excited. Yes.
And I mean, I want to see you perform with a band. That's what makes me excited because I
Well-
want everybody to hear the real Tiara Thomas. You know what I mean?
Hopefully we'll get that together.
If not, then we get it for SOBs for Who's Next.
Yo, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure for
Anything
SOBs.
else besides your music that you're working on? You're super cute, super fashionable.
Thanks. I dressed myself this morning.
Do you
actually.
really?
Well, this morning. I
Okay.
dressed
So
myself.
you usually have a stylist?
No, I usually dress myself.
That's awesome.
But this morning, I really like this sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I feel like Missy Elliott in it. And so I just threw it on because I thought I was going to be cold today. And it's actually kind of hot and it's like sticking to my body.
You're
So
super cute.
thank you.
We're
Thanks so
super
much.
excited to have you. And I can't wait. I'll be there for Harlem Day.
Awesome. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see the show.
Nice. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having
All
me.
right.